Morning, as promised, Saturday morning, we're doing the gutter. So, I'll get cracking on with that. Okay, so here we're short, so I need to cut a piece of zinc. Now I'll measure it up to this bracket, measure that size, and I'll mark it at the bracket as well. $700 mil. Cool. Okay, 700 mil, which is 27.5 inches, as near as, damn it. Now, just a straight round curve and cut with a grinder. If you're using a grinder, make sure the guard's on it. But I change the blade in this several times a day, so okay, that's plenty cut. I'll just get a bit of sandpaper and just take the bars off. Now I've cut 700 mil, so the joint is behind that bracket, so you'll never see the joint. So what I need to do now is move that piece of guttering and just cut the top to length and cut this section off on the piece that's up there. So I'll get set up for that. Okay, so I've slid the gutter over. Here's my mark. So what I'm going to do here is cut this and then cut it along the top edge there. And cut it along there like that. I might even cut a wee bit off of this, but I don't need to. No, I'll just leave it. So I'll get the grinder and we'll cut this bit out. Okay, so here's a piece I've cut out. It's about a foot long maybe. So now I can just slide that piece of gutter back, so that cut is behind the bracket, and then I can fit the piece I've just cut. Okay, here's it sat where it's going to sit the bracket. So you'll never see the joint because the bracket is going to be hiding it. Once I've got this other piece in, I just fold this tab over, do the front first and then do the back. There's a back tab, keeps it in place. Okay, like yesterday with the volley, I'm going to get some of my gutter sealant and I'm just going to put just a wee bead there, another one there, 3 wee beads. Cool, so that's my 3 beads. Now what I'll do is I'll just slip it in. So when I slip it in, this goes under the original piece, so because it's flowing this way, So this is the low point of the gutter. So I want the water to run down. So hopefully this will work. Right, that's her in. So as you can see, the joint is spot on. It's behind the bracket. Now apart from a difference in colour, you'd never know there was a joint there. So, but I've got a wee gap here, so I just need to move this one down, maybe that one round. So I'll get that tidied up. Okay, what the problem is, the two gutters are very slightly different profiles. You can see the difference. I mean, it's only like, you can see that, it's only like 5-6 mil of difference, but it's making, it is slightly different. There is a slight gap, but the actual zinc itself is overlapping bony. So here's the overlap. So now the water just comes straight down to the end. Now I've got that funky little downpipe spout thing to do. So I've got that. Now, because it's fitting, ignore this, this is temporary as well. I need to source the right flashings for that. So now I've got it all in place. All I do to secure it is bend that tab and this tab here, bend it down, and that is it set in place. So I'll do that with the rest of them. There's not a lot, there's what, 2, 4, another 5. So I'll do that and then we'll tackle this downspout. Okay, this is where I'm letting the downspout to go. So I've got it in place. All it does is it hooks in there, and then you just slide it up like that. Now I will mark the hole onto the zinc. It's 80 mil round, but we've got maybe 6 inches here, so I'll put an 80 mil hole right in the middle, but I'll still mark it. So here's my hole, so, well, the shape of my hole that I need to cut, so I'll just get it rough there. What I'll do is I'll get the grinder and just cut a couple of, probably 4 cuts, and then what I'll do is I'll bend the metal down. Okay, here's my 4 cuts. Now what I'll do is bend them down. So here's them bent out. Now what I'll do is I'll just cut them. I'll just cut them off like that. Okay, so here's the finished hole. I just put some gutter mastic round the hole just to sort of tidy up a wee bit. Still need bony, but it'll never ever be seen. So what I'll do now is get the downspout and stick it in. Now I don't need to mastic that, because I've rounded the bottom of the, as you can see it's never bony, but the water will go straight into that hole. So all I need to do now is, it's fixed at the front because it's slotted in, all I need to do is bend that tabs over. Okay, that's that tabs done. Solid. I'm quite happy with that. Now all I need now is to get some down pipes, but we don't actually have them just now. They're 30 quid each and we're skint, so they'll just have to wait. Got the 2 end caps to put on, which I'll just go and get. Okay, so these are the end caps. What I did was just get the gutter mastic into that Don't know if you can see that groove at the round the edge. Just a bit of glue on there and stick them on. Okay, that's the mastic on. Now I just need to stick it in place. Okay, that's it in. I couldn't film it with two hands, but that's it in. And then what I did was just smear the glue that oozed out, made it round. I mean, it almost looks like solder, but honest, that glue is, well, it's worked for me. Okay, we'll give it a test. Here's the hose. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Chipped a bit so hot. Now, like I say, all I need to do now is get a downpipe, and what we'll do is probably get a water butt into the corner. Save water for the garden. Okay, when you're doing your gutters as well, make sure it runs downhill, obviously. Usually it's 2 mil per metre, so you get a 10 metre run, you drop it 20 mil or even an inch. But it's usually 2 mil per metre of a run. Something else I'll tell you is these end caps. Where are they? These end caps shop around. Some shops like Bricocash in France, they're like £6 each. £6. I'm like, no chance. So where we are in town, it's £6. If you go to the next big town, Samour, they're 99p out of Bricoman. So if you're on the lookout for some of them, have a look there, 99p. So we're running out of jobs. We're nearly finished this house actually. 10.5 years at it. We plan making a slideshow about how we bought it, the state it was in, what we've done to it. But that'll probably be a few weeks yet. Maybe get the wife started on that. Aye, so subscribe, like, thumbs up, all the usual bump at the end of a video. Right, thanks for watching. Bye bye.